G'day all, Matty Junga here, and you're watching another episode of Junga Bunga Racing. Today we're going to do it a little bit different. We don't have as much car related or drag racing related content at the moment, especially with the Kenda 660 drag event being cancelled at Sydney due to the COVID-19 situation in Queensland and New South Wales. And we're also going to test Mad's EJ Ute at Willowbank, especially for that event. But unfortunately, rain has put a stop to them testing tunes. And with our local drag strip, Warwick Dragway, we got a $1.9 million grant from the government to upgrade from an 1/8 mile track to a 1/4 mile track. So that's currently in the progression of starting and getting underway. Unfortunately, the wet weather is also delaying that at the moment. So yeah, we're cleaning the shed out today, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about the channel, introduce a couple cars that you're going to see on the channel over the next month or two, and yeah, basically the future of what you're going to see on the channel. So, but before we get into that, I just want to say thank you to everyone that liked, subscribed, and shared and commented on our last video that was uploaded to the channel, Junga Bunga Racing. We got over 800 viewers. I think we've gone from 90 subscribers to 128. So yeah, just thankful for everyone liking and yeah, subscribing. I've got a bit of a goal in mind. So if we keep building this channel and we keep bringing you good content that you enjoy watching and you want us to continue on with the channel, I've decided if we get to 500 to 600 subscribers that we would build a project car for the channel, which would be a budget built car that basically anyone can build themselves. It'll be a little budget built vehicle that will be purposely built for drag racing and power cruise style events. It will not be a street car. It'll be something that we can go to events in, and it'll be basically a vehicle that we use all our leftover parts and we make something of. I've got a car in mind that I have that I wouldn't mind doing that with. So whether or not it be a Barra Turbo or an LS like a 5.3 Junker or something like that, twin turbo or a 4-cylinder turbo, something that we can build, we can thrash, bring content to the channel. But also, if we keep growing the channel and it gets bigger and bigger, maybe down the track we can do some prizes, giveaways, where if you win, you can come for the weekend and race the car and give it a bit of a thrashing. And, you know, basically that's what we're all about, is all having fun, letting, you know, if we can build something and we can give a prize away and someone can come up that doesn't normally get to race and they can have a bit of a thrash and roar around, I think that'd be great. So if that's something you're interested in seeing us do and something you want to see us build, please leave a comment below, like, share and subscribe to the Junga Bunga Racing YouTube channel. And if we can keep building the channel, it's something we'll try and make happen. And not only that, not only will you see our racing content and our builds, but I also might try and bring a bit of footage of the upgrade at Warwick Dragway to the channel. So to keep everyone updated, I might, when I can get out there, I'll try and bring some footage and keep you all updated and show you what's going on behind the scenes. Righto, well, let's get into it. Car I'd like to introduce you to is my wife's Holden VL Commodore 1988 Berliner. This is going to be her little street car build. We've actually had it for 4 years. We've just been saving and buying parts, and slowly but surely getting there. You know, the mechanical side of things, that not much has been done, but we've secured a few parts and we're nearly ready to basically make the build happen. So this is her rig we picked up a few years back at Arachula over the hill. I was down there working and it come up for sale, and I shot down and had a look, and yeah, it was pretty clean. We've obviously pulled a fair few plastics and that off, and it's had a few dings. It was a 2-owner VL. Yeah, it was a 2-owner deal. I think an older lady had it in the end, and she's hit a few things at a shopping centre and whatnot, but she's a pretty straight old rig actually, and the interior is not too bad. We've had the seat out. We've been making a few modifications. But yeah, basically this is going to be Brit's tough streeter. She wants to just cruise it around. She wants to do a bit of roll racing, wants to do a bit of drag racing, a bit of everything with it. So once she gets used to it, she wants to do some drag challenge and whatnot. A quick rundown, it's a pretty simple combination for these. The RB30 single overhead cam setup, that's the original engine that come out in them. We're obviously going the turbo route and trying to make a little bit of power with it. It's yeah, it's a basic combination. It's going to be a built bottom end, which consists of stock crankshaft, Ross pistons, spool conrods, H-beams. It's got a full built, it will have a full built head and cam setup. It's got a Pro Boost SX366 turbocharger that we are looking at upgrading to something bigger. We're just not sure whether to do it now or get it going with what we got. We've got a 6 boost high mount turbo manifold, CPC intake manifold for it. This is just the dummy engine at the moment. I've got another block that's all prepped and machined and balanced and ready to go together. It's going to be still going to have the air conditioning, as it's going to be a streeter. It's going to have a crank trigger. It will have some good gear in it. At the moment, we're just getting it ready. We're down at Ross Costello's JSR Performance, Mad Dog's place. He's just done a bit of fab work and helped us get a 15 by 8.5 inch rim under there, a 255 60/15 drag radial under there. So we've just fitted it up, measured the diff up. The fabricated 9 inch is just about to be built for it. 35 spline axles, true track center will probably go with it, and Willwood brakes all round. So it's going to be a good little rig. It's going to stop good, go good. We're basically building it like straight away. It won't be, you know, an 8-second car, but we're going to build the driveline so it can handle 1,000 horsepower and eventually be an 8-second street car. Brit, she just wants to get used to it to start with. She wants to cruise it, drive it to work on the odd day, and wants to, you know, have a bit of fun in it, do a bit of racing, and just learn the ropes of the Turbo RB30 VL. So yeah, so basically good little combo. We'll jack her up in the air, we'll show you underneath. It's gonna have a bit different with the EFI setup. Normally everyone uses Heltec or Link and Microtech. It's yeah, we're sticking with the Holly EFI, which I run in my wagon, and Kevy from KPM Performance, he helps me with me tuning and that, and he's a Holly man, so we're sticking with what we know. And yeah, it's going to have all the safeties and whatnot, so it should be a good little streeter. We're just deciding at the moment whether we do a fuel cell in the boot, but yeah, she's even nice and tidy in the boot. Normally the spare wheel well there, they rust out, but she's not in too bad condition, and the boot's not too bad. So we're just working out whether we go fuel cell or what we're doing. So yeah, anyway, I might just jack her up and show you underneath. Yeah, so basically you can tell it's definitely been just a nice run around on bitumen roads and whatnot, because the undercarriage is very nice in it. There's not many dents or not too dirty. This is exactly how we brought it. So that dirty old Borg Warner 25 spline open center diff, it'll be going very shortly. It's just in there to move it around, since Roscoe JSR got it to suit the 255 drag radials. So once the 9 inch is built for it, it'll be going in. It will have coil over shockies, Gazzard Brother anti-roll bar, and it should be a good rear end. Should hook up well, and we'll have the 255 60/15s on it for roll racing and them style events, and the 235s on it when we're hitting the track up. So that's the plan at this stage. It's got a Paul Rogers 1000 horsepower spec power glide setup in it. It's also got it's a power steering rack in at the moment, but we've got a manual rack for it. They're hard to find at the moment. They're worth a fortune as well, but we're lucky to track one down and got it to put in it. So, you know, we still need a few parts for it. We don't have a converter, it's just all dummied up at the moment, but yeah, that's the basic rundown of it at the moment. Yeah, a few things I've missed and whatnot, but it's got 1650cc Bosch injectors that we bought off Gobley's in Toowoomba. We bought a lot of parts off them. This build, we're trying to keep it all local as much as we can. You know, it's going to have Turbo Smart wastegates and that on it, and Plasma Man. We would like to get a Plasma Man intake for it, which we might look at getting down the track. Yeah, most of the shops and that are going to be all local, so yeah, it should be a good little build. If we can, like down the track, we're going to look at putting a bolt-in roll cage in it, especially for when we do drag challenge or when we turn it up. But the goal at the moment is basically to make 650 to 700 rear wheel horsepower on E85, cruise around, take it to the track, hopefully run a mid-9, high-9, and then be able to cruise around on pump 98 as well when we want to go cruising. So, yeah. The next car I want to introduce you to the channel. New to the channel, you might know this car, but if you know me, you know the family. This is my father and myself, or the family's basically. 1977 LX hatchback Holden Torana, supercharged outlaw car, full chassis race car. It was built in the shed by my father and his brothers. He's had it since late 90s. The chassis and everything. Darryl Woods helped them back in the day with a bit of chassis work, and then they put a full link in it, and ever since then they've done all the work on it themselves. It's a steel body, still a full steel body car. It's got a fiberglass hatch in it, but yeah, full chassis car. It was converted to left-hand drive when they built it, so it's my old man's had this since late 90s. He's raced it in Super Sedan right through 2003. They chassised it and they've ran outlaws all over Queensland with it. We've raced it, Warwick, Roma, Willowbank, Benaraby. We've raced it Sydney, done a bit of Wild Bunch stuff with it, and just done a lot of 8th mile stuff at Warwick in it. Big block Chev, 1471 supercharger, power glide transmission, 9-inch. We've currently got the diff out of it at the moment because we're going full floating rear end in it. We're going to go through the shockies and Heim joints and everything, because she's been on the basically race from 2003 to 2018 non-stop. So yeah, so we're bringing it back out and we're making a few changes, new changes and improvements, and we've got to make some upgrades to the chassis and put some new chrome molly bars around the front of the fuel tank to make the new tech. Basically, that's the rundown today, guys and girls. I didn't want to make the video too long, just wanted to keep you updated, basically introduce you to a couple of cars that you're going to see on the channel. My HQ wagon, it's also going to be on the channel very shortly. In the next month or two, it's undergoing some, I don't know if you call them upgrades or downgrades, but it's changing a bit. So it's definitely going in a different direction of what it was. So we'll have it on the channel. We'll have the VL Turbo build on the channel, and we'll also have the Torana when it goes back together end of the year, start of next year, and basically the project car. If we can get 500-600 subscribers, we'll also start on the project car where we might do an 8-week build series or something like that. We'll try that anyway. But yeah, so the HQ will be back out. It'll always be a street hood, and it'll also get thrashed on the track. The VL and the Torana, we're going to do some serious racing with it, and we might even try the radial scene, put 315 radial on it, and yeah, just basically go and have some fun and try and bring everyone some good content, and yeah, just have a ball doing it. That's the main thing. That's what we're all about. We wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it. We love it. We live and breathe drag racing, and it's in our blood. So yeah, if you could please, if you like the channel, basically, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share it around. Let us know if you like what we're doing. Let us know, and that'll keep us motivated so we can just continue on and keep doing the YouTube stuff, which has been a big learning curve. I've never edited a video before. Until I started doing these videos, I didn't realise how many times I said so it definitely is a learning curve. You got to look at the camera and whatnot. So I'd just like to thank Dave Hamilton at Overtaken Lane for helping me out with some editing tricks, and he's gave me some advice what to do and what not to do and what to work on. So yeah, righto guys, well thank you. This is another episode of Junga Bunga Racing, and we'll see you all on the next one.